Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all that stuff, all the dangers that people know about. Well, Ayaneo is a company that I didn't think was going to fall into this, but apparently, allegedly, from customers that have been backers. What do you know about the Cobra Commander? What do you know about the Cobra Commander? This is the second time I shoot this video. The outtake of the first one is for members only if you're really cool. You go down below here and you join the channel to get access to that stuff. Well, allegedly, right? Allegedly from customers that have been backing these projects is they're not getting prioritized. Now, what a great business model here. Scummy as hell, right? Because you get customers and look, they're asking for it for the Pocket Vert early bird. Go to Indiegogo and guess what you get for that? You get to be last. You, the back the project, get to be last. That's what's going on here. That's what customers are complaining about, is that they help back these projects. And let me go to one of their last ones here so you guys can see. The Pocket DS was funded in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. This should let Nintendo know that they really need to update the 3DS model. They really should. They should have a backup plan. But that's a story for another video. Guys, so what you're doing here, and I got saved by Atari. Let me just say that. I was going to buy the, I think it was a Pocket Air. I want to say the Pocket Air. But anyway, that was just before I decided to order, my Atari Pac-Man edition and the Intellivision Sprint. And I was going to go, into these projects because I had, everything that was written there was a good review from this company, right? And people were happy with their project, with some of their products. But, what they were putting out as far as the Pocket, it just seemed, it seemed pretty decent to me. It seemed like a great idea. Good thing that I didn't, right? Because I would have been one of the last to receive it. Can you imagine that? What a great business model. You take other people's money. And then you set up your production lines. Maybe you need to pay for engineering. Maybe you need to pay for the molds. Maybe you need to pay for the permits. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's other people's money. And then you get your production line and you start producing thousands and thousands. Look at this Indiegogo that I just showed you. It was about 1,500 people, 1,522 people that funded the project in less than 3 minutes. Okay? Imagine being one of those 1,500 people and you're getting you're getting the shaft because there's a much larger order. Let's say there's a 5,000 piece order for Alibaba or AliExpress or Amazon or Best Buy. They're getting priority over you. You that basically were their business partner. If it wasn't for you funding the project, they couldn't make it. And you get the shaft. This is just slimy. This is Kickstarter, Indiegogo slime, guys. And it's apparently, allegedly to customers, it's not the first time. Let me adjust here. It's not the first time. And if people don't speak out, and keep speaking out and just basically embarrass these companies, and I've criticized companies before for the same thing. Look, with Atari, I criticized them because they were shipping their orders from their store last, from their own storefront. But they're not asking you for money in advance. They're not asking you to fund the console, right? They're not asking you to fund their production, basically making you, a business partner that gets no benefits. So you're basically co-producing the product with them, and your benefit is that you get it late. And not only that, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Sometimes you, as the backer, pay more. So you're not getting early access, and you're not getting a discount. What you're getting is a high hard one. No Vaseline, baby. No Vaseline. Look, that's just disrespect to the next level. It really is. I don't know who's running this thing. I don't know who their PR person is. But you got to do better, man. There is no way in hell No way in hell that I would back something like this when I know all I have to do is wait. Because if I order through a bigger company, I'm going to have priority over the people that help produce the product, and I'm just going to be like, "Thank you, sucker. Thank you, sucker. Oh yeah." Man, the disrespect for the customer. That's what they should be ashamed of, and not even addressing it, not even, okay, we're late. Let me send you something a little extra. We're going to give you an extra pouch, and it's going to be a special color. Anything. Customers are loyal. When they love their products are loyal, and you just have to give them a token of appreciation. They can't even do that. Your token of appreciation is you pay more, you get it last. How do you like that? And what do people do? Back the next one within 3 minutes. They say a sucker's born every minute, man. Yeah, that's why I'm with the Cobra Commander. Cobra Commander doesn't take no shit. Man, I can't believe this. Not in this day and age. What is this, 1979? I mean, not even then. Back then, they had more. They had a better work ethic back then. I don't know how they're doing business, in this manner, or who decides to say, "Look, we signed this contract." Of course, it's some sucky salesman, right? I go and write a contract with Best Buy. Oh, dudes, I just sold 10,000 units. Oh, we have the 2,000 units here for the backers. Hey, take those. We need to fill this order right now. Because what happens is once you sign these contracts with these big companies and you don't deliver, it costs you money. It costs you money. It costs you profit. So being late with an order could take the profit away from anything that you're selling there. So those have to be there on time. That's why they prioritize these bigger companies. But it's just poor management. You can do this in production, right? You can label your backers. They can be stamped separately. I mean, there's so many things you can do, guys. Realistically, there's so many things you can do. It could be a minor trim that you can do to the backers or what have you. And even if you're going to be late, right? If your backers get something extra, that would be fine. But in this case, the disrespect is so deep that you don't get jack squat. You get a late product and you pay more. Thank you very much. No Vaseline. That's what you got. Guys, I'm never backing this company ever for any freaking reason, man. Unless they start giving you something ahead of time. And I got to hear it. You got to prove it to me. Guys, stay away from stuff like this. They may be great products, but you don't want to be the one flipping the bill. All right, humans, thank you so much. This is the second video for today. You got a 2-piece. Will there be more? Oh, you know this. You know this. So make sure you like and subscribe. Join the channel if you're really cool. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.